Welcome to Barcelona first, but welcome to the European Startup Prize. We are going to spend the next hour together, so please have a seat. Prepare yourself mentally to see the future of mobility and the best showcase of mobility startup that the European Union provides. I'm Gregory Merli. I'm the Managing Director of the European Startup Prize. And in the next hour, we're going to show you first for 30 minutes our 10 best startups from this year, from 2019. And then for the next 30 minutes, we'll have a workshop where you will meet the local ecosystem of Catalonia, and it will be moderated by Coelho, who is here at the first line. And she will tell more about herself and the workshop eventually. But in 1 second, in 1 minute, I just want to tell you who we are. We are a European program for clean mobility. We are sponsored by the European Parliament, the European Commission, and also private partners who are very valuable, who are helping us in the selection process of the best European mobility startups. So among those partners, we have the Boston Consulting Group. We have VID, which is a French VC. We have Europe Car Mobility, who is somewhere in the audience, over there, Jean. Hello. We have RATP Group, Paris Airport, GRDF, which is the French gas company, meaning that we are a private-public partnership at the EU level. And in one sentence, what we do is a 1-year scale-up program. So each year, we make a call. We receive on average, because we are 2 years old, we have received on average 500 to 600 applications each year of mobility startups. We select only 10 out of the many. And at the end, during 1 year, we make them meet investors, public authorities, because for them, we are a marketplace. So I stop there and I give the floor to the startups, but come to see us. We have an exhibiting space over there in the South District. And really come to see us and engage the conversation with our startups. You won't be disappointed. Without further ado, I will invite our first winning startup to come and pitch. Their name is Blickfeld, and it will be represented by Paul Arndt, its business development manager. Where is Blickfeld? Where is Blickfeld? You come to see us? Blickfeld, it's your turn. Yeah, well, one of you. One of you. So the rules are the following. You have 3 minutes to pitch. You will take 1 question for the audience at the end of your pitch. Your presentation is over there. You just need to switch. Okay. And the floor is yours.
Thank you. Do you have the presentation ongoing? Do you pull up the presentation over here? Yeah. Okay. Hello. Oh, yeah. Hello. Thank you very much for inviting me. Yeah, my name is Paul. I'm working in business development at Blickfeld, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about EIT for autonomous vehicles. So most of you probably have seen an autonomous test vehicle like this. If you look on the very top, this dome, this is what you call a LiDAR. And the LiDARs for autonomous, the humans, the eyes for us, what we perceive is what the LiDAR is for autonomous vehicles. So basically, it turned out that these LiDARs are a game changer for autonomous vehicles, simply because most experts, not all, but most experts, believe that these vehicles will be built, many of these sensors will be built in cars. Unfortunately, these sensors are really expensive. So one of the high-end models or some of the high-end models cost up to over $80,000, and it's a really big problem. So at Blickfeld, this is exactly what we're trying to solve. So Blickfeld reintroduced the core component, this so-called beam deflection unit. So it's in there are mirrors. They're based on silicon components, and they're very cheap to produce. So these mirrors here, they actually reduce complexity quite a bit. What that does is it allows us to reduce the size by a factor of 50, reduce production costs by a factor of 500, and make the thing stable. There are absolutely no moving parts involved in it. And that's really cool for autonomous vehicles. Now, what do we do actually? Who's Blickfeld? So we're actually a Munich-based startup. We collected recently $10 million in seed financing and grew within 2 years to a team of 100 people. And we recently announced a partnership also with Karhoo. This is the largest headlamp manufacturer in Japan. And we're currently also building a highly automated production facility to access a mass market for LiDAR and make them very affordable. And this is what we eventually want to do. We want to enable the autonomous mobility of the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. Keep the mic, because we might have one question from the audience. Anyone who wants to know more about Blickfeld? Don't be shy.
Don't hesitate to ask difficult questions.
OK, so if not, I will just ask you one question.
Yes.
So you've been part of the program of the European Startup Prize for 1 year. Did anything happen to you in terms of new developments? Since in the last year?
Yeah, probably a lot. So we probably doubled in size. I think when I started a year ago, we were 60 people. We're now 100. Most of them are engineers. So we're ready to start commercially. Yeah. So first commercial device is starting to be sold 2 to 3 months from now. So it's really great news. And yeah, we're hoping to take off from there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We can applaud Paul and Blickfeld. So we jump from Germany to France. The next startup is Cityscoot. We welcome on stage Acció is here. Hello, Alexis.
Hello.
Alexis Marcadet, who is the growth manager of Cityscoot. This is your pad. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So we're here to talk about smart cities. When you walk around, you feel like all the cities are smart. But are they really? They face 2 huge problems today. First one is pollution. You all know that transportation is a big part of a greenhouse emission. But also, if you look on the right side of this slide, you can see the global the average amount of time people are losing in the traffic jam each year. As you can see, Paris, that is supposed to be a smart city, is in the 4th rank. The bad point is tomorrow it's going to be worse. The part of the population that will live in cities will grow from 25% to 55% to 70% by 2050. The urban passenger mobility and the urban goods mobility will explode, multiply by 2 and by 3. If you focus in Paris, if we zoom in Paris, because we are from Paris, 20% of the cars that we see on the street, they are just looking for a parking space. It's stupid. And we have 150,000 cars that are parked, but they are just unused 95% of the time. Last but not least, the occupancy rate is 1.15. So before, some of the main challenges that cities have to tackle is they need to modernize the public transportation system. They need to reduce the number of polluting vehicles. They need to increase the number of shared vehicles. And of course, they need to reduce the vehicle size. As you can see below, one moped, 4 to 5 mopeds can fit in the room that is usually taken by 1 car. Also, motorcycles in a city like Paris, you can go from point A to point B 2 to 4 times faster. So what is Cityscoot? Cityscoot is born in 2016 in Paris. We provide shared electric mopeds. Okay, our scooters are not kick scooters; they are mopeds. You basically geolocate the closer to you. You receive when you book it, you receive a 4-digit code. You type the code, get the helmet. You go from point A to point B in silence without gas emission. You park as close as you want because it's a door-to-door service. You can park in any authorized area, and that's it. You pay per minute. Cityscoot is a truly European project. We are from Paris. Our scooters are from German. Have been designed in Germany by Govex. They are also manufactured in Poland, and we are now live in Paris since almost more than 3 years. Nice in last year, and Milano and Roma this year. Now some metrics. We reached the 8.5 million rides a few weeks ago. It's 30 million kilometers. It means that we did 20% of the distance from the Earth to the Sun. That's pretty cool to know. We have an average ride of 15 minutes, or 4 kilometers, and you can see the growth rate here. And last but not least, we just announced 1 month ago that Cityscoot will be integrated into the Uber app, nearby the jump bikes and the jump kick scooters, starting at the beginning of 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Cityscoot. Any question from the audience? I see one over there.
Thank you very much. Just one question. In terms of development and profitability, what is the most hurting you? Is it fraud or vandalism?
We don't face a lot of frauds because when you book a Cityscoot, it's like if you were going to Avis, whichever car rental service. You need to have your driving license, to put your ID, to put your credit card, your address. So we have a very big onboarding process that makes us not that much victim of frauds. Profitability will come in Paris probably this year. We are very confident for the other cities also. We don't have a major problem. The scooters are being visited once every 2 days in average, and they go to the workshop pretty often during the year. So our scooters that were on the street in 2015 are still there. We think the life expectancy of our scooters will be between 6 to 8 years. So we are not concerned about profitability. We are more concerned about going in a city in a smooth way, according to what the city's requirements are, and going together to the right decision, to the right direction.
Thank you, Alexis. I see that there is another question. I will ask you to be extremely brief. Please.
Very fast, thank you very much. I have only one question. Why designing and producing a specific scooter? Why not using an existing one? What are the differences?
So I didn't understand everything, sorry.
Sorry. Why did you decide to design and to produce a different scooter than existing ones?
Our moped has nothing to do with the one you could buy. If you buy a Govex moped, you will have a key, you will have a lot of things. We have put a lot of embarked technology in a moped. Just one example, if the moped goes at more than 30 degrees inclinations, we receive an alert. It's not available in the fleet. We have someone that goes to it, we check it, and then we put it back. Imagine our mopeds like a connected object on wheels rather than vehicles.
Thank you, Alexis. You can applaud Cityscoot, one of our 10 winners from 2019. Without further notice, we welcome on stage Einride. It's our Swedish startup, the only one, I guess. And you are Johannes Schigge, business
developer.
Developer.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Johannes, and I want to talk to you about the future of transportation of goods. Because what you need to know from today is that goods transportation today is ineffective because there's a high degree of unutilized assets in the market, and it's unsustainable because it's very dependent on diesel. And today the road freight sector is responsible for about 7% of global CO2 emissions worldwide. So that's why Einride comes in and why our solutions are trying to help these problems. And I want to just demonstrate to you the Einride pod. Beautiful, right? That's the Einride pod that we are demonstrating together with one of our customers, DB Schenker. It's the first in the world public road permit for a cabinless truck. That means that there is no human inside this vehicle. And the benefits of a fleet like this are immense. For example, because they're electric, the CO2 reductions can be up to 90% in a rolled out fleet scenario. Operating costs can be reduced about 60% because you don't pay for a driver all the time, and the cost per driving is cheaper for an electric vehicle than a diesel vehicle. Also, productivity increases as we closing into 24/7 operations with autonomous vehicles. And a lot has happened since we founded the company in 2016. One example is that we raised $225 million in our Series A round. And we have several customers, as you can see here on the left. Some of them you recognize, perhaps. Michelin, the tire manufacturing company, DB Schenker, the transportation company, and Lidl, the retail food chain. And of course, we have other important partners, such as Ericsson, that are very interested in pushing forward 5G communications. And I also want to take the chance to thank European Startup Prize for giving us this award, the gold medal for mobility. And that's why we're here today. And I would very much like to talk to many of you who are interested in autonomous and electric transportation. We are situated over there, so please come by after this session. Talk to me or my colleague Nicholas. Thank you all so much. I will take one question and then the rest in the booth. Yes, so if there is any question.
Question for Einride. I'm sure you have. Deep inside, you have.
Great. Then please come by us later.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about this amazing fundraising that you've had in the last few months?
Sure.
Where does it come from? What are you going to do with the money? The kind of investment you're planning?
The money is used for our scaling, both on hardware and growing together with our customers, growing as a team. Today we're about 70 people. And the money comes from Nordic origin. So one of the investors is called EQT Ventures, but the other investor is called Nordic Ninja, where lots of Japanese companies are coming together and looking at the Nordic tech industry. Because, as you may know, Stockholm has a lot of interesting startups from the region.
Thank you so much, Johannes. Thank you, Einride. You can applaud Einride. From autonomous driving to bikes. Where is Geovelo? Geovelo, please come on in. We welcome Antoine Laporte-Vevada, Head of Development at Geovelo. Those are your weapons for the next 3 minutes. Not more, not less.
Thank you. So yeah, indeed, I'm here to talk to you about bikes. So just maybe a quick question to start. Who goes to work, let's say, almost every day by bike in the audience? Could you please raise your hand? I'm part of them. All right, so not so many people. To give you an idea, for example, in France, we consider that half of the population live less than 30 minutes by bike from where they work, actually. So there is a huge potential to grow the modal share, which is only about around 2-3% in France. And so obviously that's a number we need to increase, because we all know all the benefits that cycling can do, not only to your health, but also to cities. For example, in France, the objective is to triple the cycling modal share in 5 years. And we can see that Paris is changing a lot at the moment. In Barcelona, it has changed a lot in the recent years as well. So yeah, but what needs to be done actually in order to reach these targets? Well, when we ask people who don't cycle, maybe some of you, why don't cycle more often? They're going to say, I don't feel safe on my bike, or there is not enough bike infrastructure. So what we do at Geovelo is we provide an app in order to find safer routes, and we help cities create better infrastructures. So the app looks like that. Basically, you're going to say, I want to go from A to B, and the application will allow you to find different routes, ranging from the safest to the shortest if you are in a hurry. And then you have also a Waze-like feature on which you can report actually when you see a pothole or when you don't feel safe on the street. This is some of the data that we share back to the city afterwards. So the app is currently booming in France. We have 150,000 users, and of course it includes other features like tracking your personal statistics and everything. Then about the work we do with cities. So basically it's on two sides. First, working on the data. So we do the mapping of the cycling infrastructure. And then we share back a lot of insights in order for them to make the cycling network better, actually. So I will tell you a bit more about that just after. And then we can also promote cycling through the application by creating challenges or even promoting touristic routes in order for the cyclists to discover a nice route in the city or for tourists, for example. So about the data I was telling you about, so for example, we are able to analyze the flows in the city, even track the average speed in every street, or even the road conditions thanks to the accelerometer of the phone, and detect, for example, potentially dangerous intersections. When someone is braking hard, actually we will detect that, and we'll tell the city, okay, you should look at this crossing because it may be dangerous for cyclists. So we're already working with 18 cities in France, mostly 18 cities in France, and now we are working with Geneva as well. We have also an API that we can provide to like a mass application or whatever. We are a team of 10 for now, but we are looking to raise some funds. So by the end of the year, of next year, the team will have been growing a lot. And as you can imagine, we do cycle a lot at Geovelo. And yeah, so our goal from now is to start working with more and more international cities. So Barcelona could be next, for example. We will also create a B2B offer in order for companies to promote cycling. And eventually, we are thinking of ways to monetize our community, maybe by selling services and goods in the application. And to give you an idea, this is the kind of data we can collect. And yeah, so just to look at this video. It's just, during a day of strike in Paris, this is the kind of data we can collect. Thank you.
Cool. It's beautiful. Any question for Antoine and Geovelo?
I can see a couple, yeah.
Ah, I see one over there. If we could bring the mic, yeah. Like first floor, yeah. Please.
A very interesting app. Did you think to integrate the app with that data for air pollution?
That's something like one of the French cities we are working with asked us to do so recently. But basically, yeah, this could be part of the routes we could recommend eventually. For now, we have kind of 3 or 4 options: safest, shortest, the most touristic, and maybe the one in between. But maybe the one with a better air quality could be a 5th option that we will integrate in the future. Yeah, the idea is really to provide several options every time. Yeah. So yeah, we'd like to do that.
And I see another second question. No, it's okay. So we leave it here. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And congratulations for your amazing mobility solution. We have a new startups coming now. Thank you for joining. This is Mr. Karhoo. His name is Boris Pilichowski. He's co-CEO of this platform. I give you this and that, and I let you take the floor for 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. So at Karhoo, we have a saying, mobility for everyone, with everyone. We're here to talk about smart cities, and a lot of people are presenting amazing products, new ways of doing, new digital platform, and so on and so forth. Us, we came back a little bit at Karhoo at the beginning of what people want in a smart city, what they want. They want convenience, they want digital platform, they want to be able to get mobility easily, they want sustainability. Of course, we will see the electrification of different fleets of taxis, we see micro-mobility, we see bikes, and so on and so forth. It's now one of the second thing important for people. Security, contrarily to what a lot of people think, when we talk to our client, they do care about regulation, good communication with the administration, and understanding that the way they're going to be moving around is safe. And then, of course, value. People want to move for cheap because they're moving every day. We find that actually the traditional taxi fleets across the world do match most of those criteria. So it's very important because this is a very large market. Today, the market is about $100 billion in the world. It will go to $300 billion by 2030. This is the e-hailing market. People are moving today in taxis and VTCs across the world, and it's still one of the top transportation tools. But some things that people are forgetting is it is not made only by the very big networks, by the Uber and so on of this world. Just in Europe alone, you have 10,000 smaller operators of fleets in large cities, in secondary cities. They're here, they do the service, and they actually do a very good service. And let's remember that 82% of the cities today in Europe are not covered by Uber. So this is what Karhoo does. Karhoo is an aggregation platform for taxis and VTCs that works everywhere across the world. So today, more than actually, that slide is almost a bit old now, we have about 3,000 fleets in the world who have decided to join the platform. We go to meet all of them in different cities. We connect them to a single network, and then we open that network to very large demand partners. It allows us to do a very scalable mobility project for all the different towns. Some of them are very large, like Paris, Madrid, Barcelona, but also secondary towns. In Spain, we are active in Malaga. I think I'm not going to go through the list. It's about 50 cities. And by putting them all together, we give a chance to those smaller fleets to come back to the modern way of doing mobility while using the existing asset, hence optimizing the existing network. That is what we do today. This is a large project, obviously. Karhoo has got 250 people already. We have offices in London, Paris, and Krakow. And 10 seconds will be perfect. And we're opening to different large partners. Important things for us. This is an example of what we do. Today in France, when you're taking a TGV or a train, each time you arrive in a train station, you have, thanks to Karhoo, access to the local fix that you can book online with your train ticket or independently directly. We're doing similar project with all the train companies and all the airlines in Europe and in the world. And we keep expanding and connecting all the participants to one single network. Thank you.
Thank you, Boris. We take one question.
I'll take one question, and then after again we're...
Boris wanted to speak so badly that you need to ask him one question. He has the flow. Any
Anybody?
question? Okay, one from my side. Do you operate in Spain?
We do operate in Spain, and we've actually announced a partnership as well with Renfe a couple of weeks ago. And we do operate in about 50 cities. We've plugged, the objective is to have about 100 local taxi fleet and VTC fleet plug in by the end of this year. So ambitious, but we are 3/4 of the way there.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Boris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karhoo. Thank you, Boris. Thank you very much. We are welcoming our next startups, who is already there, already on stage. The startups is K-ryole. They are French. They are doing hardware, logistic, blah, blah, blah. And you are there, Aurélien, to explain the blah, blah, blah. Exactly. So I give you the floor for 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm Aurélien from K-ryole, a French Paris-based company. And what we developed at K-ryole is a unique technology that will allow you to remove all tensile stress, and that will allow you to transport effortlessly hundreds kilos of loads. Two direct applications. The first one on urban logistics is trailers, smart electric trailers that will help you to transform any kind of bike into a delivery van. With our trailers, we will capture, with a sensor on the front of the trailer, the speed and the trajectory of your bike, and then our electric assistants will help you to carry up to 250 kilos with a simple bicycle. So it is a revolution for the last mile logistics in the bigger cities. And we also have a second applications with exactly the same technology, with smart handling trolleys that will enable you to carry up to 400 kilos effortlessly. So K-ryole just means in French a trailer. We believe that in those big cities, the bicycle is the best mean to go from point A to point B. But the only problem with the bike is what you can carry with you. So with K-ryole today, you can do all your deliveries into the city. So we work a lot with post offices. We work with the French post office, with the Belgian post office, with the Norwegian post office, with the Finnish post office. But most of our clients are right in the middle here. We work with many superstores mainly in France at the moment, and we are developing our activities across Europe at the moment. And the second application is just a big construction building company in France that came to see us to say, your technology is wow. And we have so many accidents on our job sites that we need your solution. So we developed that very handy trolley, and the added value that we propose is to bring productivity to our customers, but also to cut all those accidents for our customers. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Aurélien. Any question? No question for K-ryole? Okay, you don't have a K-ryole, you don't have an e-trailer on demo on your...
No, I have nice videos.
Okay, so come to see Aurélien and see his videos. We are over there.
If you want to know how to reduce pollution and reduce your cost on delivery, come and ask to me. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you, we can applause. We have two last startups, and the next one is special for us right now because they are Catalonians. Yeah, Gerard. Welcome. Your startup is named Shotl. You're a co-founder.
Yes.
And you're going to talk to us about on-demand transportation service that you created. This is your pad.
Thank you.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Now, we all know the term mobility as a service. It's a new thing now, but it's been traditionally provided by public transportation, which in large cities revolves around fixed routes, a fixed structure of fixed lines with fixed schedules. That is a very successful way to provide an efficient service to a large number of people. But as soon as we leave the city center towards less populated areas, this model, this operational scheme, doesn't keep up, which forces people to be pretty much attached to a private car, as we all know, but also it's creating a high subsidy on public transportation services. Now that we all agree on that, to solve this problem, we have created a platform, a mobility platform, that empowers public transportation companies and municipalities to supply on-demand bus services through a network of minibuses and vans. The way this platform works, it has a passenger app, a driver app, and a management module, but mostly it has a set of powerful algorithms in the back end that are matching passengers together as per their routes. We have several use cases right now, and they are all low-density areas, such as neighborhoods, or also transportation for people with physical disabilities, which is a very specific market as well, suburban areas, and also transportation in large corporations. Shotl, as a mobility platform, is able to multiply demand by 5 as soon as we replace a fixed line by an on-demand bus service in one of those areas. We are focused in providing a solution in very low-density areas, and we provide also all the data to our customers, which are city councils or transportation companies. So our business model is mobility as a service, so it's software licensing. We also white label our solution. Right now, we are active in 9 countries. We have 16 operations active so far, and this is a little bit outdated, but we have transported over 150,000 people so far. Now, me and my partner have been in the mobility business for over 18 years. This is our second startup. And we are pretty much focused in freeing our cities of cars. Now is the time to stop being car dependent. We focus on emptying the cars of our cities by focusing on solving that problem in the outer districts, because there is where the decision of driving is actually being taken. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right on time. Exactly 3-minute speech. And thank you for having found a solution to inefficient bus lines we're very grateful for it. Any question from the audience? I see one. I see one here. Yeah. Yes, please.
So thank you again. Just one question, because the benefit is obvious. The challenge most likely is to be known. So the question is not if the demand is creating the offer or the offer is creating the demand, but how are you making sure that this service is known where you are offering this service?
Okay, that's a good one, because it's a challenge. It's a good question. It's a challenge that we encounter, and it's definitely a kickoff. It's a completely different when you are able to communicate it well. So it's very important to empower our partners, which are the cities, with all the tools that they need to provide a good communication from day one. People need to know that this exists. And in most cases, when it's a white label, it's even more challenging because people don't know what is actually that. So we need to make sure that people know. As soon as we start deploying, there's a viral reaction to it. People want it. People want to repeat the experience, and people start telling about that. And that helps. But there's definitely resources that we need to put in place, videos, there's training as well. So people need to be kind of educated to change their habits, which normally are not driving to on-demand bus. Right now, it's mostly not moving much from taking this service, which is what's happening mostly with populations of elderly and also with teenagers, which they did not know that it was in place. They depended a lot on other people to be driven. But now, as they know, they start talking about that. But it's definitely a challenge, and we encounter that every day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Shotl. Thank you, Gerhard. And last but not least, we have our last German startup whose name is Twaice, who is going to join. And this will be the end of our showcase for today. Twaice is here. Thank you. Julia Čaček is representing Twaice. I hope I didn't misspell.
It was perfectly fine.
It was perfect. And the floor is yours.
So, hello everyone. My name is Julia Čaček, and I'm part of the business development team. Oh, thank you. So there's a major shift towards electrification in almost all industries happening now. Batteries are the most valuable part of the vehicle. They constitute between 20 to 50% of the vehicle cost. That is between 10 and 20,000 euros per car. Easy calculation, but showing the great relevance. 100,000 electric vehicles translate into over 1 billion in battery value. Unfortunately, batteries are not an easy asset to have. They're a complex electrochemical system with several challenges along the entire value chain. Uncertainty about the aging behavior leads up to 5,000 euro cost due to oversizing for every battery in each car. Not having the transparency on the most valuable part of the electrical vehicle reduces the reselling value by up to 40%. And the worst that could happen to your vehicle, a battery replacement, which would cost you up to 35,000 euros. Based on 5 years of research, we have developed a patented software which uses a combination of analytical models and artificial intelligence to make a perfect virtual copy of every battery in the cloud, a digital twin. This twin uses standard battery measurement data to provide insights on the current condition in detail, far beyond current standards, down to the cell level, and predicts and simulates the battery aging and behavior. The benefits are significant. First, and very important for manufacturers, with optimizing the development, we can reduce the time to market and improve the cost per unit. When in operation, predictive maintenance can reduce overall cost, and the battery transparency reduces the residual value. Adaptive configuration of the BMS or changes in the use behavior can extend the operating time of the battery. So, why Twaice? Our technology has already been proven in various applications and case studies. We enable a third-party certification and insurability. You may have heard about our cooperation with Rhineland. Our hybrid solution, based on machine learning analytics, enabled means that you get validated results from day one. Thanks for the opportunity to share our project with you. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, or later you can find me at the startup area.
Thank you, Julia. As you just said, it's just the beginning of the discussion with you.
Exactly.
Any question from the audience? We are a little bit late on time, so I suggest that if they have any question, they can come to see you, and you're located at the back of the hall over there. I know it's a little bit mind-blowing to see 8 startups pitching for 3 minutes, and it's a lot to process, but I'm glad that you all stayed. I invite you to stay again, because now we have a workshop that will be moderated by Geovelo, who is here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Julia. Please welcome. So, Geovelo is one of the directors of Acció, Government of Catalonia, and she will be speaking with the local ecosystem from Catalonia to tell our startups why they should definitely develop their business here in Catalonia. So
okay.
I give you the floor,
Thank
and
you,
we're going
Greg.
to invite your guests.
Thank you. So I see that the technique is going on. Welcome, everybody, to this tour of European champions of startups. I'm very pleased to welcome you in Barcelona. I'm myself a former entrepreneur, and I'm now working for the Government of Catalonia. Barcelona is among the 5 favorite cities in the world for startups. I see that someone is. Do you hear me properly? Maybe the ground in the background is too crowded. No. Okay, great. So maybe I welcome the speakers first. So my paper is here. So may I ask you, Danny from the European Institute of Technology, to join us? May I ask you to welcome him? Thank you. And then I also call Luis from Wayra. Luis, please come and join us. And then we also welcome our friend Damia, my former colleague from Cooltra. Damia, where are you? Please have a seat and be welcome. I ask you to welcome our speakers. Thank you very much. So now we are carrying on with a very important item for startups. Of course, is money. Because one thing is to create your startup, as you know. But as you also know, it's important to scale up. And how to scale up? Go abroad, sell. You need money. And we have 2 gentlemen who are going to explain to you that you can talk to them, you can find money with them. So we have money based in Spain, money, European Union money. Yeah, of course not. And then we have Damia, who is also coming from a very successful startup, La Dolce Vita scooter in Barcelona. And he's also going to explain to us what is he doing. May I ask you maybe, Damia, to start and to explain to us a little bit what you are doing. So you created a startup in 2006, right? And you came to the company in 2012. Right. What are you doing? What is your company doing?
So Cooltra is right now one of the leaders in 2-wheels mobility, sustainable mobility in Europe. Not only in Barcelona, but in 6 different countries.
Yes. I wanted to change, you know. I'm a revolutionary. I don't mind. You can talk also. No problem.
Okay. Sorry, I think you want to hear Cooltra, but now you need to hear about EIT Urban Mobility. No, I will step up, okay. First thing is that we need all the startups that present today in our community, okay? We are the EIT Urban Mobility. Yesterday, we have our inauguration event here in the Agora. It was a huge success, okay? We are new, okay, but the EIT is not new. It was founded in 2008, okay? And there are already some EIT communities running. But let's go to the European innovation paradox, you know, that's at the end we have great research institutions, okay, coming from university, research centers, the industry, but at the end we don't have so much products on the market, okay, and so much solutions. And this is something that we want to get more competitivity for Europe, and this is what the EIT was established in 2008. The goal was just to strengthen Europe and to improve the innovation in Europe, okay. And for that reason, we want to grow the number of jobs in Europe. We want to push the innovation. We want to go from the lab to the market. We want to go from the idea to the product. We really believe in education. And now we as EIT Urban Mobility, we are the last one. Okay, we were selected in 2019. There are already many EITs running. Okay, and some of you maybe have contact with some of these EITs. We have some successful histories of successful startups, okay? I don't know if you know the company Northvolt, okay? They already raised $1,000 million, okay, already, and there are companies like Volkswagen, BMW investing, is the battery producer for Europe, okay? And this was one of the companies of EIT Union Energy, okay? You know, we need to solve the mobility challenge, okay, together, okay? And for that reason, we need to have the best startups, okay? We already have great companies, we have great universities, great research centers, and we have cities, okay? We have 21 cities already, like City of Amsterdam, City of Barcelona, Istanbul, we have Copenhagen, that are part of our community, okay? They are already with us, they define the challenge, they put the test sites, they help us with the regulation, and this is something that is really interesting for the urban mobility. And we are facing many of the problems of the urban mobility, okay? That is pollution, you know, the space that the car is occupying on the streets, the accidents, the time we spend, and also the cost, okay, of this problem of the traffic and the congestions. We have a lack of integration in urban mobility and space strategy, fragmentation and silos in the urban mobility, a slow regulation and adoption. Many of you will know that is one of the problems for the startups in order to grow. Lack of interdisciplinary talent and a slow behavioral change. And we want to speed up this, okay? Our community will get support from the European Union, okay? And we will try to focus on real challenge, real solutions for cities, okay? We will improve, you know, we will create solutions, we will involve the stakeholders, fast deployment and scaling, and stimulate the behavioral change. This is how we will face it, okay? We have money, but this is not only about money, okay? Why the startups comes to EITs? It's not only money. We support the startup. We bring to our community, okay, we offer them the possibility to engage to new companies, to engage to cities, and it's not only about money, but also we support with money, okay? We engage, we connect, we accelerate, and also we educate, okay? That's what we are doing. We have a professional education, we have master programs that I think very focused on urban mobility. This is very specific. This is the programs that we will start this year, okay? We will start three accelerator programs, okay, in 3 regions, okay? And at the end of the year, we will have 5. We have an scale-up program. We want to bring more mature startups, and we will support them, okay? And we have a Go Global. We want that some of the startups that are more mature, we will want to help them to internationalization process. And also we have what is Finance to Move, that we will offer them instruments to get finance, and also we will try to engage the best investors in urban mobility, okay? This is something that will start next year, okay? And how we can contact you, can contact us, okay? We already have these 85 partners, but we are divided in 5 innovation hubs. These are the innovation hubs that we have in Munich, Prague, Copenhagen, Helmond, and Barcelona. You can contact each of these innovation hubs. We have our website. Please contact them, inform that you are in these countries, and we will try to get contact with you, okay? And as soon as we start with our programs for the startups, we will try to contact you, okay, and to support you. These are all the companies from industry, from knowledge institution, universities, and also the cities that we have. And this is our goals, okay? This is what the money is for. And especially for startups in this period from 2020-26, we want to support 180 startups, okay? And we want to have very successful use case for Europe, okay? And I will invite you just to come to us, come to our community, okay? And we will support you, okay? Thank you. And this is how the cities are today, but this is how the cities will look like, okay? You know?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Danny. And sorry again for not respecting the order, because I thought that giving the word first to a startup was a priority, but now I will behave and I will follow the good pattern. So Danny, that's a very interesting presentation. So I understand that you just launched this EIT yesterday here at the Smart City Expo. Yes. Great. I'm just wondering about the level and the balance of the companies you are going to help. Which percentage are you going to allocate to startups?
Okay. We have not approved the business plan for next year, but approximately for startups, we are in globally, okay, for all the activities that we have for business creation, okay, we have around 10–50% of the budget that we have, okay, that is huge. But normally from the EITs, this is something that is increasing, okay? Normally on the 7 years, most of the investment are dedicated to startups, okay? Because we need to be sustainable sure. In the future, okay?
Sure.
And right now, I think with innovation is really difficult. With education, I think it's not possible, but with the startups, it's possible to get a sustainable model, okay?
Okay, good. That's interesting. So does the audience have a question for Danny? Do you want to know more about this European Union funding program? No, if you're too shy to ask the question right now, you can go to their booth. I think you are here, located in Hall 1. Okay.
We are in the other hall, okay, and we are in the City Council booth, and we have a small corner there. You can come, and we have all the people from our team there, and we will explain better than me. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Before giving the word to Luis, I just wanted to tell you something important, because even if you apply for the funding of the EIT, you will get support also to apply for the funding. So don't be afraid in applying for. It seems a big amount of money, but really you will get a lot of help from them, from their network of experts. So they will really help you to apply for this funding. Okay? So now I'm giving the floor to Luis. Hi, Luis.
Hi.
Luis is managing a VC called Wayra. Is it correct to say Wayra? Tren
Yep.
Lab. So it's a 7 million euros VC, very much specialized in IoT blockchain. You are already present in 10 countries, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Right? And this VC is based in Madrid and Barcelona. So Luis, the floor is yours. Explain to our audience how you can help startups to scale up.
Hello.
Thank you.
So, okay, this is me. Okay, how many of you know something about Wayra? Raise your hands. Okay, 3, 4. You're from Wayra. I have some work to do.
It's cheating.
We really like to present Wayra with this sentence, because the elephants who needs to dance with the gazelles. So we are the elephant in Telefonica, and we take slow steps with a lot of muscle
And we have developed some initiatives and programs to be able to dance with the gazelles, which are agile and fast. So we need to get that velocity or that technology agility to accelerate our business. So to support the startups, we have some different programs, and these are the stage of development that we are helping them. The first one is Open Future. At this point, we are helping startups that they are like validating their model business with their first clients, and we offer some kind of support like offices, and we do not invest in this part. We reserve a right to do it. And the next one is Wayra. At this point, we help startups that are scaling their models, and we help them to internationalize with a soft landing of our 11 hubs in 10 countries. And we invest in this part to develop business with Telefónica. And then we have 2 vehicles to invest bigger amounts. So this is the boring one. I want to do it quite fast. We have more than 8,800 startups invested in the beginning of Wayra in 2011. We have more than 500 startups in a portfolio with 60 exits, and more than 100 startups working with Telefónica. This one is important, a KPI for us, because it's the main goal for us to invest in startups. So we want to work with them. So this is the important one. So our vision is to be the most global, connected, and tech-driven open innovation hub in the world. And to do this, we have kind of simultaneous plays, but I want you to focus in 2. First of all, the alliances and partnerships that we develop, but verticalized programs in all the countries that we have presence. We'll come later on this. And the next one is the blue one, that we work as a micro-corporate VC. We relaunched the brand 1 year ago. We used to work as an accelerator in Wayra, and now we are working as a micro-corporate VC. And we did this for 2 main reasons. The first one is because in Telefónica, as I said, we are an elephant and we are slow, but we have a lot of muscle, so we can help a lot. But the point is that we are not a good first client for startups. So it makes sense to invest in later stages of the startup with bigger amounts instead of the beginning. And the second one is that we are getting mature, as well as the ecosystems we are working on are getting bigger. Okay. So about the investment part, how to invest? We never invest alone. We co-invest with some kind of alliances that we have with VCs. We invest up to 250,000 euros. But the point is that our investments are really strategic, and we can take part in bigger rounds because, it's really strategic to have Telefónica in your cap table. So it's good for us, that part. Our main KPI to invest is the fit. What we call fit is how we measure if the startup can work with the business unit of Telefónica. So we are not like a VC that is looking to improve the investment. It's more about fit. So that's the point for us, to have startups that are able to work fast with us in Telefónica.
We have to finish almost.
Really?
It's 1 minute. No, I'm sorry.
Okay, about alliances. So the program I'm running is the one with Renfe. It's called Trend Lab. And it's part of another strategy, the alliances that we have. And it's a program of, we are looking at startups in mobility, in digitalization, and in logistics. What we offer? 6 to 9 months acceleration program, really personalized. We work really close with entrepreneurs, business development with the contact units of Renfe. And this is working really, really good, because Renfe was kind of closed and now it's open, so you have a lot of people that wants to work with startups there. A price, equity free of 50,000 euros, and access to all the structure of Wayra in 10 countries for soft landing. Another part of our programs is the community that we have, which helps a lot the startups to work with Renfe, because we have a lot of community inside the corporate of Renfe. So you have more contacts to get into the business.
Sorry, dear, I have to cut you, otherwise we won't have enough time.
Oh, no.
So just finish this one. So maybe maybe there are some of them who are already funded by you, or not?
Sorry, excuse me?
The startups you are going to show now.
Yeah. I have some startups like Celeros, for example, is one of the startups of Hyperloop, the 6 that they are developing in the world. We have an infrastructure for maintenance assistance, which is called LIMAT. We have IOMOB, who just launched a proof of concept with Renfe to become a platform of MaaS, of mobility as a service. And, for example, we have Nixie One, which is a chatbot to get tickets in WhatsApp.
Good.
Bad boys.
Sorry, dear, I have to cut you right now. But maybe later on we can share your presentation with the audience. Can we? I'm looking at the organizers. Can we share the presentation? Yeah? Good. Thank you. Sorry, Danny, to cut you. Maybe we can thank him for this presentation. And again, sorry for cutting you. So now, finally, it's your turn, Damia.
Thank you,
After
Anna.
cutting you.
So Anna gave me...
I hope you didn't lose your passion about presenting your company. But I'm sorry, you have 3 minutes. It's finished, apparently. Yeah, can we add 3 more minutes? That's good. Thank you very much.
So 3 minutes, very fast. What is Cooltra? We are just a sustainable mobility operator with 2 wheels, with scooters. Okay? To understand better what is Cooltra, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about climate crisis, not anymore climate change. And we have to talk about very polluted cities, like our city, Barcelona, like Madrid. And just for your information, in Spain, 10,000 people is dying every year because of the pollution. It's 6 times more than people dying for road accidents. So this is important for Cooltra. Why? And why we are considered a startup, a company which has 13 years of life. That was Cooltra 13 years ago, a chiringuito who rented scooters for tourists, Barcelona, Ibiza, etc. Okay? And this is the starting point of the startup Cooltra, which is a company which started with the sustainable mobility 6 years ago with the purchase of 500 electric scooters. This is a picture of Cooltra, 6 countries, 40 cities, 1,000 employees, 17,000 scooters, plus 1 million customers and forecast revenue of 42 million for this year. Why is climate emergency and these things important? Because Cooltra is here to bring solutions to B2C, to customers, to B2B, to companies, but also to public administrations. We have 3 different business lines, 3 different business models. First one, we are doing rentals from 1 month till 5 years to mainly companies. Here we have 6,000 scooters, more than 2,000 of those are electric. Which are our customers? For instance, the police of Barcelona, 13 zero motorcycles, sorry. Or the police of Sabadell, another department of Catalonia. But we also do security companies, like Prosegur. We also do food delivery. We love food delivery. This is Breno, the Czech Republic. Other brands working with us. And we do all kind of segments, like insurance, elevators, whatever. So, second one, sharing. We are here, 6 different cities across Europe. We decided to open the sharing business line 5 years ago because we found out once we had the electric scooters that it was quite difficult to get to the customers because of the problem of where I will charge the scooter. Well, that problem was solved with eCooltra, where the customers just download an app, take the scooter with the mobile phone, and just park it wherever they want. And how it looks like this in a 24 hours in Barcelona, it looks like this. This is midnight.
Sorry, Damian, I'm told that we need to stop right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry for that.
So that was eCooltra. Just last business line is eco-scooting. We are doing last mile services for other companies like Amazon or Correos Express or others I cannot tell. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Damian. Thank you very much. Thank you. We had an additional time in any case. Thank you very much. So do we have time for questions all the time is really over. You are going to cut the electricity. Good. So we are there. If you want to talk to us, we are there in the startup area. Damia is going to be a little bit more with us. I thank you very much, the organizers, the Technic for giving us some more additional time, and thank you very much to all of you for being with us this morning. Thank you very much.